need to move this hickory tree right here. Well, I think move, push it down. It's right on the edge of my foundation. That was a little taller than I expected. I almost hit my tools. It's October 22nd, and it's the first real cold day. It was 37, was as cold as I saw on my way to the property today. But yeah, it feels real good. I got to do some more figuring today. I'm going to do some calculations to figure out the best way I want to do this, shoot some rock. But basically what's happening is that I'm on all this is solid rock here, which is cool. But when I get onto this side, solid rock is down there, but it's about 10 feet from the surface. You know, at least another 2.5 feet from the rock that's right here. And then on this side, I have to go down another 8 feet because the bedrock's over there and it just goes straight down to hit bedrock, and they're 8 feet. So it's like 15 foot to there. So it's not very practical that I continue to dig this out to just in hopes that I can oh, whatever, you know, have a foundation on rock. So I'm gonna get out the laser level and I'm gonna start shooting some points and try to figure out how much fill I'll actually need on this side to match it with the rock that's on that side. And if it's not terrible, I'll use base rock, or not base rock, but clean rock. But if the clean rock if it's going to just take an ungodly amount of clean rock, then I will just have to fill it with this fill dirt that I've removed, which sucks because I'm doing extra work. It actually costs money too, because I'll have to rent a roller to pack it. You know, but I'm also going to try to calculate if I just poured extra concrete. So if I made it thicker on this side where it's not on bedrock, pour thicker footings, everything like that, kind of what it would cost me. So I let the machine warm up this morning. Then I'm going to clear off this rock a little bit better so I can shoot some points and hopefully get an idea of financially what the cost is going to be to do everything. The dirt right now, it's packable. This clay is sticky still. I don't want it to be too dry. And I think I just got a deer on the camera. Well, not this camera, but anyways, I'm gonna start setting up the laser. I'm gonna shoot some grade, and then we'll figure out kind of what I gotta do from there as far as what the most practical thing is. All right, yesterday I ended the day pretty early, but what we were trying to figure out exactly how we were going to do the house in the garage setup. So yesterday I figured out that if we went to the highest point of bedrock, which is right there, I don't know if we can see that pink dot, the foundation walls would sit 3 feet above the surface right here. So this was dirt level 7 feet lower right here. And then but it was going to put our garage on that side on the low end 6.5 feet above the current ground, and on the high end 6.5 feet, and then on the low end, or where the wall is going to be the tallest, it was going to be around 12, 13, or 14 feet tall. So we were like, we got to figure out a way to do that. That's not going to be practical. And so we did some more math today and everything like that. We actually are going to bring the foundation wall level to where the dirt is currently at about 7 feet from that point up there. And then from there, we're going to have to landscape this area. We're going to have to remove dirt and make it where we have at least 1 foot space right here that we can slope at a minimum of 5% into this hill so that it will carry water around the house. By having this foundation wall about level right there, over here where it was initially the wall was going to be at 6.5 feet above grade, we're going to have it at 3.5 feet above grade. So that's going to save us a ton of time, ton of money. It was something like 400 ton of rock to fill this area up, to build on top of, for just inside the garage. You know, so it was going to be like $7,500 worth of rock, almost $10,000 worth of concrete. So this is what we got done. The basement is more or less dug out. There's still a few things that I have to do. Obviously I got to break a bunch of rock. This big hump in the middle, this is all above grade. I did this whole side over here to grade though, down into here. Everything I could dig is all to grade. I still got to dig a 1 foot deep, or maybe it's 1 foot wide, 2 foot deep, or whatever it is. You know, I got to dig a trench out for the footers, and I have to come up on this side and bench all this down. All of this middle part here that's going to get busted out. Some of it's to grade, a lot of it's just underneath grade, like this. It's limestone, obviously. Bedrock. All of this clay is just going to be taken out because there's no sense to building on top of 2 inches of clay. So we'll be a little low on grade in a few spots, but that ain't nothing. But yeah, I gotta bust out quite a bit of rock. I was hoping to get a little bit more done today, but it takes a while to hop off a machine, mark your grade, dig it out, check it, all that. So still gotta break all this rock. But all right, my son's last football game's tonight, so I'm gonna get off and head on out. So 3 cans got me full, so that's nice. Did I not bring my key? I did bring it, I just don't have it with me right now. One thing that I am gonna do today is, well, like I talked about already, I'm getting all this dirt out of the way. I wasn't sure how far I needed to push it and how much dirt I was actually going to remove. When I first started digging, I wasn't sure if I was going to need more space than what I put out, or where I put all the dirt out at. I didn't know if I needed to go out more this way or more that way. So I did a big area so I could start to kind of spread it evenly. Now I don't have a big area that I need to take out anymore. I got a bunch of rock, but I want the rock separated from the dirt and clay and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna let this machine warm up a little bit. I'm gonna move it over and I'm gonna start getting this dirt from over here pushed up into that corner. Everything on this side is going to be pushed over there. This ditch is going to be sloped down a little bit so that the water can run freely. And yeah, just try to get everything tidied up before I have the rock hammer come, because I got to bust out an average about a foot of rock in like 1,500 square feet. So it's gonna be quite a bit of rock, but it'll hopefully not go too slow. I rented the hammer for a week. If I can get it done faster in 3 days, I can save a little bit of money. If it's anything over three days, then there's no reason to turn the hammer in early. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to work and hopefully the view that we're at is going to be halfway decent. because I'm not running it on my head. So I'm going to check that real fast. Check this view with this camera. It should be a halfway decent view. You can see the controls and everything pretty well. When I had it on my head, it was I think it was too high and you saw too much of this, so a lot of that footage is probably gonna suck, but whatever. All right, so I guess I'll start, because I want to push everything to the left side or to the west, so I'm gonna start over here and start just, well, I guess I got to spin my tracks back. Do that real fast. I'm going to push everything over here. It is a nice fall day. Need to get my shovel out of the way. Actually, my father-in-law's shovel. So yeah, this is all fill that I'm getting out anyways. And once I hit, you know, eventually I'll run into that black dirt. Once I hit the black dirt, that's the actual my surface level soil. That'll be the grade that I follow down. So I won't continue this, you know, level out. It'll actually start going down about 5%, 6% or something. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, all this stuff's pretty wet because we had a lot of rain. So it's gonna kind of be a pain in the ass to move it all, but just because it's nasty. See, like that, half of my bucket was still full. Now when I was down there digging out the bottom, or the actual basement area, what I found is if I actually put the dirt next to me instead of in front of me like I was just doing, it was faster for me to just dig and keep throwing it sideways than it was to try to push everything. So I'm going to try that, see how this works real quick. See if it still does the same up here. It's a little bit different because we're in a different spot, but yeah, all this wet clay is terrible to dig. Well, easy to dig. It sucks to handle. I should have probably put some diesel fuel in my bucket to help keep it from sticking. So you can see that. Some of that dirt is dry and gravelly, coming out pretty easily. Tell the difference of that material, what I have dug versus what I haven't dug. Stuff that I haven't dug is much drier. See all that? Well, I don't know if you can or can't. Starting to get into some stuff. Are surface level where I'm scraping right now. I don't need to disturb that. I'm not going to yet. Well, I mean, I actually might, because I'm taking that whole there'll be a ditch right there to help keep the water out, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. But the plan is to try to dig up to that level once I get past all this waste. It's already dug all this to get into there, or a lot of it. Did some deer hunting this weekend. It was youth deer season, so took the boys out. Both of them had a lot of deer run up on them. They were able to shoot a couple times each. Unfortunately missed. Which I guess is better than wounding the deer and not getting it, but it was still a lot of fun. It's warmed up quite a bit since then. dirt up right here that I can. So 11 o'clock, so I've been working for a couple hours now. Started over here, was digging it out. Big issue that I was having is that this ground's so disturbed from just all the work that I've done with, you know, scraping and pushing the dirt and the soil, the clay, that I'm having a hard time finding the original surface. I keep going through it and then getting into the clay again. I mean, it's not a huge deal. Like, I have to do a bunch of dirt work and stuff like that, but I'm trying just to remove the clay from the top of the dirt. So I changed my tactic a little bit, came over here and started working from below. or sorry, above, where I know that there is the original ground level, and I'm digging it back. And I know that I'm not going to get to keep all the dirt doing this. I will lose dirt, but it's going to keep it where I know my original ground level a lot better than trying to dig it in this way, because like I said, I kept going through it. So yeah, I mean, it's not the perfect way to do it. Having a dozer or something would be a lot better, but I think this way I can preserve the original level pretty well, and don't have to do extra work by digging through it, which is the biggest reason why I'm wanting to preserve it. Downhill side is heavy. All the water soaked into it from the rain. It's not super sticky, but it's like real compacted kind of, I guess, because I mean, if you see that right now, it's lifting me totally up, and all it is dirt. Or clay, not dirt, but it's kind of how I've been doing it. And I figured that it well, at least to me it seems like it goes a lot faster, so I can just continue to dig. I don't have to track back and forth very often. Kind of use the dirt as its own wall to keep it from going everywhere. I'm not sure if we can see it with the sun, but I can kind of come up here and scrape the dirt and then keep that original soil level preserved. So now that I got a big pile of spoils here on my right, I'm gonna stop going down. I'm gonna dig all these spoils to the level that I'm currently sitting at, throw them behind me, and get that pile up there built. And then I'll come back, because I can't reach everything, so I'll come back, dig down to my actual finished grade, and then continue to pile everything up. So kind of got to do it in 2 or 3 different stages. It's a slow process, but it's maybe efficient this way. I mean, I feel like it's more efficient. Been digging a long time with just the one machine now, and this is good. I'm gonna get some grease on this stuff. I'm hearing some squeaking, so I'm gonna get some grease on it and so now that I got a big pile of spoils here on my right, I'm gonna stop going down. I'm gonna dig all these spoils to the level that I'm currently sitting at, throw them behind me, and get that pile up there built. And then I'll come back, because I can't reach everything, so I'll come back, dig down to my actual finished grade, and then continue to pile everything up. So kind of got to do it in 2 or 3 different stages. It's a slow process, but it's maybe efficient this way. I mean, I feel like it's more efficient. I've been digging a long time with just the one machine now, and I think that this is good. I'm gonna get some grease on this stuff. I'm hearing some squeaking, so I'm gonna get some grease on it. Can you ow, hit my head. I do that when I have this stupid window open. Can you over grease a machine? I don't know. I think that it would just all fall out. I'm just wasting money if I over grease it. Right on, no squeaking. All right, so now I'm gonna work on this pile. Gotta scoot up. Think about here will be fine. Start digging this pile over and then throwing it over here. Need big rock somewhere. Get the clay out. Continue the process for the next whatever couple hours until I'm hopefully close to getting done, and I'll get on near the finish of it to kind of show the progress of everything. It's a nice day today. It's like 65, maybe, you know, close to 70. Really warm for fall. Well, like I said, we're in November already, but I don't know, I spent the last 6 years in Alaska, so I'm not complaining about it. Well, I think this is going to be it for today's video. I have my rock hammer coming tomorrow. I'm going to do a couple more passes where I can hopefully get this little area right here that I'm digging. I want to get that extended to where I'm back over like the original soil level or grade, And then I'm going to push this dirt up because I'm going to need it up there, and I don't need to drag it over here for no reason. And then I need to make it where I'm going to, or try to figure out where I'm going to put all this rock when I break it, because I got to break up all this. Where my son wrote "Hi Dad" on the wall over there. I don't know if you can see that. Well, that's got to go down. This middle parts all have to go down. That there is fine, so I might just push all the rock over. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna keep working on this for the next hour or two, and then call it quits for the evening. Go pick up my children from school, get ready for dinner, all that stuff. So hope you guys continue to follow along, like and subscribe if you want, and yeah, keep on supporting somehow. I don't know. Anyhow, I'll see you guys later.